looks like the Jets have found their new slot cornerback, but is he better than Buster Skrine? This is for better or worse.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets!
If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. I wanted to announce I'm going to start doing a live stream every Monday at 8 o'clock. We're going to take some questions and just have fun. I had a blast hanging out with you guys, so let's do it again. So I'll have to admit I did not know much about Brian Poole prior to making this video, so I decided to make a game out of it. And just like the Fuck, Marry, Kill series, this is going to be a for better or worse series. So we are married to Brian Poole, and we're going to see if he is better or worse than Buster Skrine. All right, so how is this game going to work? I'm going to grade them on 7 different categories. We're going to start with their contract, their Pro Football Focus grade, their health, the amount of games they actually started, turnovers, which are going to be forced fumbles, recoveries, and interceptions. We're going to talk about sacks, quarterback hits, and tackles for loss because they're all negative impact plays for the offense behind the line of scrimmage. And then we're going to talk about penalties, and hopefully we come out with an answer as to did we get better or worse. Since Brian Poole has only been in the league 3 years, I'm only going to compare the last 3 years of Buster Skrine and the last 3 years of Brian Poole to hopefully get a better picture of these two. So first up, we're talking contract. Buster Skrine received a 3-year, $16 million deal from the Chicago Bears, which pays him just over $5 million per year. Brian Poole got a 1-year, $3.5 million deal from the Jets. So as far as price goes, Brian Poole gets a check. Pro Football Focus grade. Buster Skrine was a 57.3, Brian Poole 61.7. Check for Poole. Health-wise, Buster Skrine has been healthy in 43 of 48 games. Brian Poole has been healthy and available for 47 of 48, so check mark for Brian Poole again. Now, health is very different than games started, so keep this in mind. Games started for Buster Skrine is 40. Games started for Brian Poole, 21. Now, I don't know if that takes into account him subbing in different packages or special teams reps. There's a little bit of a margin for error there, but he was not the full-time starter in all of the games that he was healthy for. Turnover-wise, Buster Skrine has 7, while Brian Poole has 8. So in the amount of time they have actually played, Poole wins again. In terms of sacks, quarterback hits, and tackles for loss, Buster Skrine checked in at 14.5, while Brian Poole checked in with 27. So obviously this dude was used in blitz packages. He was used to hit the quarterback early and often. And to be honest, this dude hits like a brick shithouse. Look at this shot on Aaron Rodgers. As far as penalties go, don't expect less laundry on the field this season. Buster Skrine finished with 7 penalties, while Brian Poole finished with 8. Now, 3 of those 8 were not accepted, but I still decided to include them in this category because I think it's important. One thing to note is that Buster Skrine had more pass interference penalties, which resulted in more yardage gained for the offense than Brian Poole did. Brian Poole had more holding penalties, which are the 5-yard variety, so those are a little bit better in that respect. But overall, don't expect less flags from Brian Poole. Now, what do I think about it? Obviously, after this, for better or worse, I think we are absolutely better with Brian Poole than we were with Buster Skrine. I think I would have preferred Bryce Callahan in this situation, but Brian Poole is fine for the money that we gave him. I do think there's a little bit of concern. He missed 1 game in 3 years, which means he was actually a restricted free agent, not a free agent, and the Atlanta Falcons decided not to place the $2 million tender on him. What I find interesting is that a lot of players that are restricted free agents don't usually get more money in free agency than what their tender would have been. So I'm interested to see if the Jets actually overpaid here, but as far as Poole versus Skrine, I think we got a better deal than what Skrine was giving us prior. So I approve of this move. You guys can be excited for it. Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, go Jets.